Let's go. Welcome back, everybody, to Talk Dirt to Me. My name is Sandra Graham. Alongside me again tonight, as always, I've got Mr. Mike Saunders.
Hello.
And tonight, he has raced across divisions, he's moved up levels, and he's never slowed down. While others chase one win, he's actually stacked them. I am proud to introduce the man behind the 17M, Gavin Mafarlane.
How's it going, everybody? How are you, Sandra and Mike?
Hey, we are good. How are you?
Well, not too bad on this end. Not too bad.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Of course, it's my pleasure.
I think you're our first big boy driver on here outside of the mini stock, I think.
Well, I've seen Felix is coming on here, so that's going to be an interesting one, too.
Yeah, when Mike said, oh, we've got a 358 driver, and I was like, who? So this is exciting.
Well, I'm glad I can come on here and I can give you guys a little bit of a new mix to things.
Absolutely. So let's jump in. So how did you first get into dirt track racing?
So when I first started liking racing, well, I was a kid, as I think as everybody was, but my dad would bring me to the track after he retired from racing a little bit after I was born. And I just fell in love with it, and especially the open wheel racing was always something that really tickled my fancy. So whenever my dad, he bought a lightning sprint out of nowhere and he wanted to race it, and he put me in the seat for the first race, and then he raced it 2 races, and then that's kind of just what restarted everything. And that's when I went into the mini stock.
Okay, so your dad kind of dragged you into it, or introduced you, I
guess,
more or less. How long did your dad
he brought me into the poison.
How long did your dad race for?
So my dad raced, I believe it was from 1990 till about 96. Okay. And then he retired 3 years before I was born. So,
wow. Cool.
So, how old are you?
I'm 26. I'm turning 27 on April 1st.
Oh, wow. I
Yes.
didn't realize I was that much older than you.
Yeah, do you feel old?
Everybody thinks I'm a lot older than what I am.
And then usually at some point in this podcast, I've got like a long list of Facebook questions, but what I've decided to do is kind of like throw them in randomly tonight.
Perfect.
And Zach Lynch is actually first up here. So Zach's question for you is, what was your first race car and what class did you run your very first time?
So it was my first own race car that I owned. My dad actually gifted it to me. He bought it for me, and I paid him back for it afterwards and stuff. I did like kind of, like I wasn't really expecting to get into racing. So he bought me, it was Dan Cook's mini stock at that time. It was one with like a Joker wrap on it. And that was the first car I ever owned. And I did that. My second race in that car, I flipped it. So it didn't go the best in that car, but after that, it went pretty well.
Yeah. And then what was your very first race? Do you remember that? Like, was it a Cornwall?
I do remember, but it was in a lightning sprint, my first race.
Okay.
It was in a lightning sprint car.
Wow. How was that?
It was wild. I will never do it again. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, one and done.
I'd drive a big sprint, but those little ones, those things are different.
I was gonna say, like, what stands out about your very first night, but I will just take that answer as you're never again. So.
Well, what really stood out was the nerves that I felt. That I'll never forget that, sitting in the lineup, and it just really hit me. You know what I mean? I started to sweat. I felt like I was gonna puke, but after a few races, that goes away.
I think Mike still has that feeling every once in a while.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, it gets there.
Most of the season anyway. Like I said, like the start couple, I'd say up to like halfway through the year. Like I've said this before, but like every time I'm sitting in the staging, I'm like, why am I here? Like I could be eating hot dogs watching.
Your mind starts to play tricks on you sometimes.
Yeah.
So you jumped into mini stocks in 2021.
Yes.
Right? So that was the Joker wrapped car from Dan Cook.
Yes, and then after I flipped that one, I bought Brandon McMillan's car actually.
Oh, and what car was that?
It was the white and red one that he had.
The Integra?
Yes, it was.
I think it's
yes.
the car John LaMarche has now, I think.
Oh.
I think it's the one that my brother Robbie had raced it, and then we ended up selling it to somebody in Brockville.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's the 68L now.
Okay.
That's it. Yes, the black and green one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Still
already
kicking around.
colored it.
So where was your home track when you were running mini stocks?
Cornwall. I didn't race Brockville until I was in novice.
Okay. And then one full season in mini stocks?
Yes.
All right. And then where did you go?
I went after the mini stocks. I really told my dad I would rather race a sportsman, so me and my dad invested in a car for myself, because my dad and my mom are like, they are my main sponsors. I do have other sponsors, but my mom and my dad they've always been helping me the whole way. So, but once we went into the novice sportsman, that's when I started to race Cornwall and Brockville.
Okay. So would you do like, how did you kind of manage doing both tracks?
It's very difficult driving back and forth. I get back pretty late from Brockville most of the time. Then me and my dad just come home, go to bed. Then in the morning we go to the shop and unload the car, kind of shake it down and get it ready. And the good thing is Cornwall is only 5 minutes from us, so we really get to take the time in the morning to go through the car really well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great. And so how many years were you in a novice?
Just the one season in novice, but the last 5 races in Brockville and the last 5 in Cornwall, like for pretty much for the bigger shows, I did all the sportsman races and stuff.
Okay. And I believe there was a feature win in there somewhere, was there not?
Yes, I have 2 novice wins, and I think I won like the most heat races at both tracks,
Wow.
Cornwall and Brockville.
Sandra shamelessly did a lot of digging on you last night, so I think she has some inside scoop.
Yeah, well, the Chili Bowl is on TV, and you can only watch those guys for so many laps. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna jump into my race pass and see what I can find on Gavin.
I have 2 transponders, like the one that my dad has. If my dad, sometimes he doesn't want to race, so he would, like, whichever one we would just throw onto the car. So like me and my dad share transponders. So even if you look at my dad's, like some of my races might be on there or whatever, but
tricky.
It is what it is.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So then 2023, you jumped over to the 358?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. So you just bypass sportsman.
Yeah, my dad told me he didn't want me to. He just flat out said, I don't want you to be a part of that wreck fest, because like sometimes the sportsmen, it takes them a bit to get rolling without some yellow flags there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense.
And it tears up equipment. It gets expensive so fast.
Yeah.
Now, do you like this? Is just I have no idea. Like now that you say that, I do notice that there is a lot of yellow in sportsmen, and I kind of chalked it up to just there was a lot of them. Is there like a particular reason? Do you think why are they like different to? I have a lot of questions on how different they are to drive, but
I don't think it's anything really like the aggression level in sportsmen is definitely higher. There's a lot more like people will stick their nose where it's not supposed to be, sort of say.
Yeah.
Whereas I find in modified, everybody gives each other that little bit of respect, a little bit of room to work with. You know what I mean? Because everybody, like I know in sportsmen, everybody knows this sport is very expensive. I'm not shitting on the sportsmen. I love sportsmen. I'm just like I'd rather race in modified. I feel like there's more respect. You know what I mean? That the drivers give each other.
Makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. So these next questions, Gavin, they're rapid fire questions. So I'll ask the question, you throw out your answer.
I gotcha.
All right. Favorite track to race on?
Cornwall.
Most challenging track you've ever been on?
Brockville for sure.
Slick or tacky?
Slick.
Best racing line, inside, outside, or middle?
Inside.
Who's your toughest competitor?
Ooh. Brandon Lattiser. Me and her are always battling.
One car you'd love to race against?
I have raced against almost every driver in the modifieds, but I'd probably say like Stuart Friesen again.
Okay. Most exciting feature race you've ever won?
The second novice sportsman race I've won.
Okay. Favorite part of Victory Lane?
Feeling the excitement of like once you win, you really get this. It's like a euphoria. It's like an excitement that you don't get anywhere else. It
Okay.
just takes you over. That's the best part.
hmm what's your go-to race day snack?
Ooh, KFC.
uh, music on the way to the track, yes or no?
Yes, you got to put on some Nickelback or something, some jams.
Do you prefer heat races or features?
Features for sure.
Best advice you've ever gotten from a fellow racer?
Never try too hard. Just race your own race.
Ooh, that's a good one. One racing mistake you will never make again.
Hit the wall and flip.
What's your favorite time of night to race?
Mm. I like as late as you can get, as dark as it can be.
All right. Uh, favorite type of class to watch?
Mm. Late models, the big ones.
Okay. And then hardest turn on your home track.
Oh, turn 4.
Awesome. That was good. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, the next Facebook question comes from Colin Chisamore. He would like to know, how was the transition from starting in the mini stocks and then going up to the modifieds?
Before you answer that, I was dying, and I'm sure everyone else that the mini stock guys that listen to this are also dying to hear the answer to this because I know we always wonder what it's like to drive a rear wheel drive
For
open wheel
sure.
car.
It was a completely different, like my first time in the Sportsman. I found, like, I went into the first turn and I just looped it right away because the ass end in it, the tire spin, I thought you could just kind of do it like a mini stock, like with the throttle game, but the throttle game is completely different. So when I went into the corner, I had too much throttle and I just looped it right around because the track was slick. So it was a big transition learning how to control my foot. That's the biggest thing, is controlling your feet. Because there's so much more power in the rear wheel drive cars, especially like Sportsman and modified. When I went into modified, it was even another big jump because I only did 1 year in Sportsman, so I wasn't really fully used to it yet. That's why my first year in modified, I think I didn't do good at all. So um, but after that, I learned how to steer and I learned how to use my throttle correctly. That's what really made me feel comfortable after the transition.
Like I always first of all, I've really noticed a big difference in you. Like from the first when I knew who you were and I watched you or whatever, and you were good. But like I find this year I was watching a couple of times and I was like, holy shit! Like Gavin's like right up there at the front. Like they're not catching him. I found this year you like really stepped up or like got like significantly
Yes.
better when I was watching you this year.
Yeah, me and my dad kind of sat down over the winter, like last winter, and my dad told me, he's like, if you want to stay in this sport, and gain respect, he's like, you're gonna have to start showing your confidence. He's like, you can't just like back out and let them, like, because at first I was nervous, I didn't want to go in and just wreck like a Corey Wheeler or a Kerry Terrence or somebody, and everybody be shitting down my throat. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Sorry to swear, but I just mean I didn't want to cause any conflict, right? So I mean, whenever I was first in there, I was cautious. But the year that just passed, it was go time because I know what I'm doing. I'm not a rookie no more, and I'm there to stay.
I find even when we do that Northeast iRacing League, that's my biggest fear is like because there's some guys in there that are quite a bit above like mini stock, or there's guys like you where like my biggest fear is accidentally getting into one of you guys that like seeing
Oh
you at the track and just being like, man, I'm so sorry.
no, dude. See, iRacing is I do not take that stuff seriously. I know some people do, and I've been through a few incidences, but I'm just saying I like to race on iRacing just because it keeps me sharp, right? So I mean, if anybody ever spins me or anything, it's water under the bridge. I don't care. It's just a game to me.
So I got a couple. Sorry, I've got a lot.
No,
This
go
is like
for it.
something that I always wonder because
You're good.
I've always like obviously growing up watching like I always wanted to watch the modifieds and like any of the cars I had growing up that were fast were rear wheel drive and like front wheel drive. I'm like you, it's kind of foreign to me and like I'm still getting used to like the more gas that pulls you straighter, not you know what I mean? It's like
Yes,
backwards to what you think of. But
exactly.
Like how do you find iRacing? Obviously, it's different, but like how do you find that in comparison to driving a car in real life? Like, is it close or is it like the same kind of technique you use? Just like obviously a little different, but like, is it similar at all, or is it just a completely different thing?
So, uh, pretty much the only thing that's, I wouldn't say the, how do I put this? iRacing can definitely help with your throttle control and the way you steer the car.
Yeah,
Um, so like with that being said, like last winter, like the past winter too, I really was on iRacing a lot, just like pretty much every day for like at least an hour if I could, you know what I mean, the race a day. But it really helps with the throttle control and steering, I would say, as like personally I find it's helped me come along a little bit because with moving up so fast, it kind of messed me up going from like mini stock sportsman and then to modified. So I find it does benefit. Yes, it does feel realistic on the foot a little bit.
is I asked this to a sportsman driver before who also I raced, and he said the thing that helped him the most was the track changing when you're I racing. Like it can start
Well,
off
that
really tacky,
too.
and it actually does fall off, which kind of you don't really think about when you're out there, but the track is getting slicker as you go, and he said that kind of helped him at least like think that or like help him realize that it's happening.
Exactly. No, that is so correct because I remember when I first started going on iRacing too, I would like stay on the bottom. Just like in my rookie year in mod, you know what I mean? I would stay right on the bottom because I
Yeah.
was like nervous to go to the top. But then once you start to learn it, you start to learn how to enter there and stuff like that. So that actually is a good thing too. Yes, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I do notice like watching too, like obviously the track's different, so some nights are better on the bottom or whatever, but it is crazy
Yes.
like the run you guys can get from the top. Like someone will send it in and like on the top and it looks like they're losing ground, and then on the back stretch they like rocket right up to the guy in front of them. It's crazy like watching from the stands how much of a run you guys can get off the top.
Yes, and when you're riding on the high side with the modifieds, you really got to stay not like full throttle, but you have to keep the car up and over because as soon as you let out too much, you're gonna dig in and just push right off the top. So you really got to keep your throttle up. And once you come out of the corner, you can on a slick night, it's not the best there, but when it's really heavy, you can pretty much just mash the throttle coming out of the corner like halfway in the apex and you're just flying. Like the momentum feels like you're gonna flip coming out of the straightaway. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, one last thing, I'll let Sandra get back to her question. Sorry, I've never really got a chance to ask these two modified
No,
people
for
before.
sure.
But one of the craziest things I always find is when you guys are taking the green and you guys all pile into turn one. I still don't understand how you guys all do that, and it's not like an 8 car pile up. Like even from the stands, it's hard to see. There's so much dust, and you guys fly in there so fast, sideways, door to door, and I'm like, I don't know how they're not like every single time like sending guys over the berm, or like it's wild to me you guys can do that. I don't know if in the car it feels the same or if it's
It sometimes when it gets really slick, the dust is like I'll get out of my car and there's like hunks of dirt in my eyeballs and I
yeah,
got to pour a water bottle in my eyeballs. So it does get pretty hectic going on the green. And like you said, you can't really see anything, but you kind of just in modified, like I said earlier, they do give you a little bit of like everybody's there to win. They're not just gonna back out for you, but like if they see you're gonna make a fuck up, they're gonna try and get out of your way, you know. Whereas in sportsmen, like they'll just still stick their nose in there, right? Whereas I don't know, like on the greens, that's the scariest part.
yeah,
It's honestly the scariest part because you can't see anything. I think every modified or sportsman driver, I think sportsman would agree, should have a little light, even if it's a small one, just so we can see, kind of justify where the other cars are.
Mhm.
But
yeah.
I that's a blessing to me. I've had cars in front of me with a light, and I'm like, okay, thank God. I'm not gonna rear end them or anything, you know.
Mhm.
Well, it's not quite like that for like mini stock going to the corner, but I know like Brockville coming onto the track out of the pits at nighttime, I can't see anything in front of me. And like you said, like
I agree.
the,
I've rear-ended cars coming up like we're in that big sand pit.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I call it, a sand pit.
Yeah, well, we're coming on the track, and I'm like, I don't want to stop because I can't see because I'm gonna get hit, but I got to keep going. But I can't see if someone's in front of me. So, like you said, a couple of the guys have that little light in the back, and I'm like, thank God, because I have no idea if they're stopped, if they're on the track. Like I can't see nothing. So
No, for sure. It's definitely a blessing. Like, that's why I have one. And I've had people tell me like, "Oh, thank God you had that," like
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely like even my favorite part of watching. Like when the 358s go out there, I love it when like it's coming to green and you guys are all coming around the corner and you guys just take off and it's like there's dust and there's cars everywhere and it's like full talent. Because I was like Mike said, like how do you guys not pile into each other? But it's so cool to watch.
Yeah, it's the biggest thrill of the night. You have like 30 cars. The freaking the ground just shakes whenever you
Yeah.
go green. Like I know you don't think of it very much, but like I remember in my rookie year, I was overthinking things. So like at the start of races, I would be like, "Holy," like I was so intimidated at first, but like not intimidated, but I was like in a whoa phase my first year.
Yeah.
So it's definitely like the biggest part of the night for sure.
Yeah.
Especially like if you're in the front row or two, maybe it'd be all right. But when you guys are in like the middle of the pack and there's cars outside of you, in front of you, behind you, and you're all piling in, it's just like I'm sure like a couple feet up or down, like you're into somebody.
Oh yeah, I've had it where it's right before you're even coming to the green, you have somebody just boom, boom, boom hit your bumper. It's like, oh, here we go. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a rough one.
Yeah.
Because you've also ran with the big blocks, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How was that?
It's different. I've in Brockville and Cornwall, we're kind of like, not that we're even, but I find when the big blocks come, I give them a good run for their money.
Mm-hmm.
They don't run off on me, but
Yeah.
like in the feature time is really when it shows. I find
Mm-hmm.
because the 358s, like in the feature, they just have so much power to keep it wound up.
I don't know. Like, do you find you were more nervous on those nights because it's like guys
Yes.
that also don't run with you every weekend, but
And especially being side by side, like I remember starting, I think it was a heat race. I was right next to Matt Williamson. That's like,
wow.
I looked over. I'm like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
it's
But, like,
fucking Williamson for
But-
fuck's sakes.
yeah.
And then I try not to think about like when I line up. I just look where I am. I don't look who's next to me, who's behind me, because I don't worry about that. I just want to go. I just want to be up front.
Yeah. But like,
But,
how cool to say that like you started beside Matt Williamson.
Oh yeah, and I just looked over and I was like, oh fuck, I better not make a mistake here. You know what I mean? Like, oh, now I'm nervous.
Yeah, no
But
pressure
I
on
think
him.
I finished right next to it, right behind him in that heat race because I just followed him. As
Mhm.
soon as he got by me, I just stuck on him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that is so cool. Because I remember too, like seeing a picture one night. I think it was at Brockville. You guys were all lined up for a huge picture, and it's like all of the 358 guys, the big block guys. Like, so cool. Such an
Yes.
experience.
It really was. Like, especially when those guys come, like a lot of questions and stuff, and like they're not like really big competitors to us. Like we're in 358 and I stay in Canada. So like I remember Peter Britton was like giving me tire help, like helping me with tires at the beginning of the year this year with the first big block race. So like my tire program has completely changed. It's benefited so much. Shout out to Peter Britton for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like they go above and beyond. Like if you ask, there's a few of them that won't help, but there's a few of them, if you help, they'll do anything they can to help.
Yeah. Well, that's really nice, especially when they come to like your home track. That
Yes.
they have those conversations for sure. Wow. I could just sit here and ask you questions all night, Gavin, like that. But
Hey, I'm just rapid fire. Let's go.
do you have anything else you want to talk about before I jump back in?
Lots, but go ahead.
No, go ahead if you have stuff.
Have you ever ran any of the bigger tracks? Like, I don't know if you've done any stateside tracks, but if you've ever tried like Mohawk or something where I don't know if it's completely
So-
different. Like I'm sure you have to change gears and stuff, but when like I was there watching them go down the front stretch, I was like the speed they get is mental.
Yeah, I've never been to the States yet. My dad is my crew chief. Like I don't know, he's pretty much like the brains of the operation and stuff. So I can't go over there without him. Like that's a big thing for me. Like, and he's not allowed over in the States because because of his past there. But that's the only thing that's unbeneficial because I can't run over there. But I've run Brighton, Brockville, and Cornwall. Those are my three that
Okay.
I've run.
And how was Brighton?
It was fun. I did the mini stocks and then I did the novice sportsman. The mini stocks, I won the B main, and then I think I finished like 22nd in the feature or something like that. It wasn't the best. I think I DNF'd actually, but it was a fun track to race on. And I haven't been back in modified, but I'm gonna go this year.
find it a really tricky track, especially 3 and 4. I don't know. I raced there twice, and I could never really get 3 and 4 to work for me the way that I can at Rockville.
I completely agree. It always messed me up going into 3 and 4 on that track. It's like a really sharp turn. Like
Yeah,
you enter normal, and then the apex is really sharp to come out off onto the corner, like
yeah.
onto the
Like I
straightaway.
said, however many laps I've done there, and every time, like, nope, nope. Like I just couldn't get it the way I would like to. But I'm sure eventually you figure it out.
Oh yeah, you will. It's like it's muscle memory. Once you get it, it'll never go away.
Yeah.
All right. So you talk about your dad being your crew chief, but are you also involved in setup and maintenance of the car?
Yes, maintenance and stuff constantly. I'm always at the shop pretty much 3 4 days a week. Well, like I'm going back now. They're starting these few weeks. I'm going to start going back every couple days of the week and getting the car back to tip top shape again.
Yep.
And when we're at the track and stuff, my dad he likes to take care of the tires with Kevin,
Hmm.
and I mess around with my shocks and my radius rods and stuff like that. So yeah, we pretty much have like a little program. So when we get to the track, we pull the car out. My dad does his thing, I do mine, and we know it's all gonna come together good.
Yeah.
So
Everyone kind of has their tasks and their jobs, and you just go for
for
it.
sure, for sure. And we all know that we all talk about the track when we get there to see, that's pretty much where our starting line is, and then we go from there.
And how is it working so closely with your dad?
It's amazing. I love my dad, and my brother Robbie's always there to help. Kevin, my best buddy Nate, Chris Wilson, Sean Lefebvre, my brother, Drake Carte, Gabe Sear, Justin Sear, Alan Dickey. I know I'm gonna forget some, but I appreciate everybody and anybody that loves this team and helps this team.
It does take a lot. It takes a lot of hands to help out.
For sure, for sure. No one can do it on their own. I know there's a few that are doing it on their own, and I cannot. Like I that's amazing. I go above and beyond for those people. Like
Hmm.
anytime they need anything, I'm always there to help, especially for anybody in this sport.
Yeah. No, it is. It's a lot. And like you say, like you do see the guys pull up and they get out, and it's just like one guy or themselves, and it's like, how do you do all of this?
Yeah, it's like a guy and their wife, just pretty much like how you and Mike are. You guys get out, it's you and him.
Yeah.
Fucking, you guys are there to rock. That's your crew, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I just bring the food, but like
Hey, that's the most important part, though.
Yeah.
exactly.
That's the fuel.
What would you say is your biggest highlight from this past season?
Um, Probably surpassing my goal where I wanted to finish in points and stuff, but I wanted to get at least one win, and I came close a few times, but it just slipped away from me at the end. Um, I mean, I got sixth in points in Brockville at the end of the year, and I finished 10th overall in Cornwall. So out of how many drivers that came, I don't think I finished out of the top 10 this year unless I wrecked. So it was definitely a good year overall for points and stuff.
The win is coming. I can see it.
I appreciate that, and I promise once I win, I want you down there for that picture. You just need to be in that picture.
You'll be running down. Let's talk your routine on race day. So the moment you wake up, how does your day look?
As soon as I wake up, I get myself ready. I take a shower and stuff, and get my routine done for myself. And if I have my son Kingsley, I take care of him and everything. We get to the garage. Usually, we just go over the car and make sure everything is good. Everything's in decent condition. My dad will do his maintenance with the engine and stuff like that. Once we get everything done with the car, we usually take like a lunch break. We all go get some lunch and stuff, and then we meet back at the shop, load the car, and then that's when we hit the track. And we really, from the track, as soon as we go through those gates, we just lock in and we go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure. I think it was Matt Bull that was here. He said that once he gets in the truck, they don't listen to music. They don't do anything. They don't talk about racing. They just look at the scenery and comment on the scenery and have a nice
Hey,
quiet.
that's pretty smart though, because it kind of relaxes your mind, right? But everybody's routine is different.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Sandra knows I'm in charge of the music on the way to the track.
Yeah.
I
That's nice and loud. Not much talking. Just get in the zone. How do you manage your home life and race life? How was that for you?
it's It's amazing, honestly. I mean, it's hard at sometimes, like getting home so late and stuff like that. It definitely messes with things here and there, but it's amazing because like the kids and everything, they love racing and it really gets them into it. You know what I mean? So it's definitely beneficial at some part. So I know my son's going to be going into a go-kart, um, I think next year. So he'll be old enough to go in.
Yeah, how old is he right now?
He's 3.5. He'll be turning 4 in August.
Okay, that's a fun age.
Yeah, he's a little gremlin sometimes, but
Sure he's excited to go racing though. That's really cool.
Mhm.
yeah, he loves race cars. As soon as he sees them, he just lights up like a little Christmas tree.
Let's talk pressure. So, going into your future races, do you feel there's a lot of pressure? And if so, like, do you just kind of get in the zone and just ignore it, or like, how do you deal with pressure at the track?
Um, I used to get really nervous and feel a lot of pressure. Now I find it's more just I don't know. Nothing really goes through my head now. I just when I get in the car, my brain just goes numb. I don't know what it is. I just get in and it's get to the front. That's all I think. I don't know what it is. I don't get nervous anymore. I think it's just the fact that I've done it so much for the past few years.
Hmm. Yep.
Just almost just turned into autopilot mode.
It's so true, man. As soon as I get in the car, it's like there's one task and that's just get to the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then if you do go out there and you have a bad night, how do you bounce back?
Um, I never think of it too much. Me and my dad really like if I make a mistake and we break something or like if I start on the pole and I finish last, like that's a bad night. But I mean, me and my dad kind of just we got to make jokes about it. We got to live on. We can't bring the racetrack home.
Hmm.
So we got to leave it there.
Yeah,
Tomorrow's another day, right?
exactly.
So that's the number one thing for me. If something doesn't go right for me, I'm just back to square one. We'll figure out where to go from here.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's tough. I know I've had some couple really bad nights, and I remember like just getting in the truck and I just shut my phone off. I didn't turn it on until the next day. I didn't want to, I'm sure maybe you're better than me. I sometimes you get upset or you're driving home, you just like don't really want to hear from anyone, or even more
Oh
important.
no, I've done that.
You don't want to.
Oh yeah,
You don't want to like be snappy with someone for no reason. Like tomorrow I'll be all good, so we'll shut the phone off tonight and like you said, start from square one tomorrow.
yeah. See, when I was a novice, I used to be very hot-headed. Let's just put it that way. And in mini stock because I didn't have my son at that time.
Right.
So, and like halfway through the year, near the end of novice year, my son was born. So I had a very bad temper. And like if something like somebody came into me on the track and stuff, like I had a few people like that we still don't like each other just because of those days. But
Right.
I used to be very snappy then. Like if I didn't win the feature, I'd be fucking pissed.
Yeah.
Like my dad's like, dude, you finished second. I'm like, no, like I wanted to fucking win, And my dad's like, bro, chill the fuck out, like, Sorry to swear,
No,
but
it's all good. It was, I know I've the same thing. I had some bad nights and like I'm loading up the trailer and kind of just chucking shit around. My dad's like, what are you doing? Like if you're not having fun, don't do it. I'm like, there's a lot of time and money invested into this to be running that bad. And like, really, it's just me overthinking it, or you know what I mean? Like just being too hard on one bad night. Like that's racing. You got to expect it. But I know how frustrating it is waiting for us 2 weeks to run a race and you go out there and don't perform. It's like, oh man, like you got to wait
yes,
another 2 weeks.
I
to
can
go back.
imagine.
Yeah. But
I mean, like with us, like that's the only thing. Like every weekend I get to race, and it's 35 to 30 laps at least, right?
yeah.
So I think like with racing so much throughout the past little bit being in modified, I think that's what's really helped me like get so comfortable. Like I said, when I get in the car, it's kind of just like an autopilot, like you said there.
Yeah.
So it's definitely just become like natural.
Yeah. It's nice too if you have a couple more races. Like I'm not saying like comparing or anything, but like for us, like my first year, we only got 5 races in with rain and stuff. So like one bad night ruin your whole season.
That's true. That's so true. I remember that was like what 2 years ago, wasn't it? I remember that year. That was a bad year for rain.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, not this past year, the year before. It was my first year in it, and like I said, I was learning the car, I was getting better, and then just got rained out, and didn't get a chance to get back up to where I thought I could be. So a little frustrating, but
Weather is definitely like the biggest thing for us, right? We only get to race a few months out of the year, and it's heartbreaking when we wake up and we see that radar and it says rain.
yeah. What are you gonna do for the day now?
Exactly. Every time it rains or something, I sit here so lost.
We usually end up having like Jamie and Martine or like someone over that like would also be going the track. 'Cause it's like, well, like we're all free. all
Might
of
as
a
well
sudden.
get together still, right?
Exactly. All right. Next question for you. What does it mean for fan support? Like, how important is that for you and your crew?
That's the biggest. That's the number one for us. The more fans, the more fuel we have to go and win. Do you know what I mean? The more people we can impress, that's what we want.
Mhm.
If we can make you guys happy sitting up there saying, "Oh, he won," that, or he's doing good, that's what we want. We appreciate it so much. Like
Yeah.
it means so much to us. It's like fueling the fire
Mhm.
at that point. Once we get it, once we hit that certain point, I know the confidence is there. So the fan bases will be growing fast, and we appreciate every one of yous.
Yeah, and I'm sure like I that's why I love like autograph night. So autograph night must be like a big one for you.
Yes, that's my favorite time of the year.
Especially for like the kids too, because like they get up close. Like if they don't go into the pits and see the cars, like this is their one night that they get to go and see all of the cars and get goodies and treats, and it's such a fun.
For sure. And like with the kids, I find like it's very good for them to look up to a driver, because even though it's like a race car, but whenever they get older, if they turn into liking sports and stuff like that, it teaches them like a bit of a discipline. If you can, you look after a driver that actually does what they're supposed to do and,
Mhm.
Performs good most of the time, then they'll always have that confidence in themselves, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. All right, I've got someone here beside me. I'm gonna give them my headphones and my microphone. So
Perfect.
So this is Lucas, Sandra's young lad.
hi.
Perfect.
Hello.
Hi, Lucas. How are you, buddy?
Good, you?
Not too bad. You were the one that was at the track with Sandra and Mike that one time, weren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember meeting you. How are you, buddy?
I'm good.
That's good.
He has your shirt on tonight, Gavin.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
All right, Luke, what question do you have for him?
What advice would you give a 13-year-old if they wanted to start dirt racing?
Save as much money as you possibly can. That's just a starter, okay? That's not the main part of advice. Save as much money. And whenever you get into it, just be as happy as you can. Don't ever, like I was talking about, I used to be pretty grumpy when I first started. Don't ever get down on yourself. Always be happy. You can never take the racetrack home, so keep your racetrack emotions at the racetrack.
Yeah.
Never come home and be mean to anybody. Just always keep your head down. The next week will be better. That's the number one thing you have to think about. Whether you finish last again or you wreck again, just do a little bit better. That's all you got to do. Stay focused and do better every week.
Yeah.
That's pretty good advice. What do you think?
There's a lot more advice I could give you, but we'd have to sit down and have a separate conversation. Hey, Lucas, any night at the track, you come down and sit down with me and we can have a chat. I'll teach you any of the tricks I got up my sleeve.
Okay.
Do you have anything else for him?
No.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right.
You have a good night, buddy.
You too.
Thanks, bud. Mike, did you hear that advice?
I heard it. For the big kids too.
No, that's very good advice. I think that's the hardest thing is like, I know you guys were talking about it, but even myself, like if Mike has a rough night or whoever, like you see it in their face and it's like there's so much time and effort that you guys spend fixing the cars and working on them and thinking about it and watching videos, and then it just can all change in seconds. So it's hard. But
See, I have nights where I do get out of my car and my dad or somebody will come up to talk to me and I'll tell them, give me 5 minutes, because like I'm this close, you know what I mean? So just give me 5 minutes. And then I go up in the trailer and I give a little woo-saw and then I'm good, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes a world of difference if you just have a couple minutes to yourself to kind
Well,
of
it's
bring
just
it back.
Exactly.
hard too. Like you go through whatever a bad race, then you're getting out of the car, getting your helmet off, and someone's standing right there, be like, "What happened?" What? It's like, yo, like you said,
That's the worst.
5 minutes.
That's the worst.
Mhm. Yeah.
I've had to tell, I've told people like, dude, give me space, please, thank you. You know what I mean? That's all. Just please, you try not to be rude, but I know it does come off rude sometimes, and it's hard because like it could be your fan, and you don't think about it at first, and you're so hot and heated in the moment. Racing is like such a scary sport. You could be so happy at the top, and then all of a sudden you're at rock bottom and you have nothing to do. It's like, oh my god, it's the most humbling sport in the world.
For sure. Like I said, I've said this before, but when I got the car I got this year, I know what that car has done before and how much success it's had. So I think I put a lot of pressure on myself. And if I did have a bad night, it just felt that much worse. Like, man, people are gonna see like me in that car and like think I suck and whatever. But and then like the guys that are there to help you, you don't want like for me, anyways. I appreciate anyone that can even come and just is there with me, like it means the world to me. But it's like you said, I'm not being rude. I swear to God, like I'm so happy you're here, but just give me a minute.
Exactly. Exactly. No, and don't ever get down about yourself, Mike. And a piece of advice I can give you as well is like you're at the point now where you've learnt your car. Now you can go out and really race. You know what I mean? Every car I get into, it's like every class I've moved into, I've had to like learn my car again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have to learn it all over.
Yeah.
So like now that I've learned my car, I'm really, it's go time. And I know you can drive, brother. And don't ever get down about yourself. That car is a good car, and you are going to be a really good driver.
I appreciate that, Gavin.
You're welcome, buddy.
All right, let's talk 2026. So I know you're going to get back in the garage and start working on your car, but what are your main goals going into this season?
My main goal is probably just to go out there, have as much fun as I can with Dad and my crew and everybody here supporting us. Get a win. That's my top of the list right now. It's been 3 years since I've been in a feature win, so I mean I've gotten very close in multiple occasions, but I fall back near the end, and bad things happen. But I know this year I have a feeling like we'll be able to put something good together to bring us back to that victory lane.
Nice.
It's really hard to explain to someone who doesn't race what that feeling is. Like I've never felt that feeling anything I've ever done in my life before.
It's like I think I use this word. It's like a euphoria. It's like it takes over your body. It just,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's like taking a puff of a cigarette for the first time when you were a kid. I'm just saying, I don't smoke cigarettes. I wouldn't, but I'm just saying, it's like that. Oh, you get that adrenaline.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if we've ever talked about it on the podcast, but the night that Mike won his feature, the checkered flag gets thrown, and he does like an extra lap. So we all go down to victory lane, and everyone's like, "What is he doing?" And I was like, "Oh, he's taking a minute. Like he is savoring this."
I just completely forgot about the scales. I forgot I was out there. I was just like you said, I was in my own little planet. I just completely forgot.
It takes over your mind.
Yeah.
It just puts your mind in a whole different area.
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't mean to burn an extra lap. It just did it.
Yeah, he definitely did. But everyone was like waiting. And I was like, "Oh no!" Like he's taking this time.
Well, I remember my first win. As soon as I won, I think I cried a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I got really excited. I was like, "F yeah!" I started punching the steering wheel. The guy at the scales was laughing at me.
I had the same thing. I had a bruise on the inside of my thigh the next day because I was just hammering on my leg like, yes.
Yeah.
What a moment. That's sweet. Do you have any aspirations to move into another division in the future?
I wanted to keep it a secret, but
we can leave it right there.
No, I think this will be the perfect place to let it out. I might be doing double duty this year in a 602 crate sprint in Brockville.
Oh.
I might be doing modified and the sprint car in Brockville. So that's a little something.
Yeah.
I would love to race a late model, like one of the crate late models, or any bigger late model would be a dream too.
Mm-hmm.
They are really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
that's something I would love. Sorry,
no,
Sandra.
no, that's okay. Those sprint cars run the same nights that the minis do, right, at Brockville?
I
I
yeah,
believe.
I get a little confused, honestly. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're there, they're not.
Yeah. Well, that'd be exciting.
Yeah, I think it's every. I think they might have brought them in every week now.
Okay.
I might have heard.
Oh,
I'm
maybe
not
they have.
sure.
Yeah. Because that's what Adam Turner drives, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Triple
Yes.
A.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, that'd be fun. Have you back at Brockville? Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Me and Dad love Brockville too much to leave.
Well, that would be super exciting. And yeah, those late models are really nice. They're awesome to watch too.
They're definitely. They look like they would be fun to drive too.
Mhm.
You know, they look like they'd be something to wheel around the track.
It's so crazy watching them, like how they sit. Like it almost looks like they're bent or something, and like the way the like back left wheel tucks inside the front. Like,
Yes.
they're really cool to see. I like watching them.
It sketches me out seeing it. How like the wheel tucks in like that. It looks like the
Yeah.
body is just gonna cut the wheel.
yeah.
Mhm.
We're going down to Volusia there in a month, and that's actually like I love the Super Dirt Car
Oh.
series. Obviously, that's the biggest reason why we're going. But I was really excited when I saw the World of Outlaw late models are going to be there. I really like watching them, so
Mhm.
excited to see them for the first
Oh.
time.
I'm jealous. Oh my god. I'm jealous.
Yeah, that'll be fun. And a side note, thank you for the birthday video.
You're very
It
welcome.
was awesome. So, funny story. We're getting ready for bed, and Mike gets up and he's like, I gotta go. And I was like, where are you going? He's like, I gotta check my email. And I was like, what the hell? So when this birthday video came out, he's like, yeah, Gavin was the last one to send in the video, and he's like, I need to go like edit this the last second. I was like,
Oh my
"Ah."
gosh.
It was hilarious, but I was like, well worth it because it was perfect.
As soon as I sent it too, I was like, damn it, I hope she likes it.
Yeah.
Hopefully I wasn't too much, you
No,
know,
it
because
was
I talk a
perfect.
lot.
Yeah, it was awesome. You even like had the perfect song in the background and everything. So
Oh my god. Me and my buddy too, like my buddy that was recording, and he's like, what song do you want on? I'm like, oh, I didn't even think of that, man. Like,
yeah,
I need
Mambo
to put on
number
some
5.
background music.
That was sweet.
A little bit of Sandra.
I like the old school songs,
Yeah.
and then I thought about it. I'm like, wait, it's got her name in it, man. Like,
I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, that was awesome. But yeah, it was so funny. Mike's like, yeah, I gotta check my email, and I was like, you're checking your email at 11 o'clock at night? Like, what the fuck is going on here?
I'm a little jealous of your iRacing setup. That's pretty sweet. I really like those little model cars that you have of your car. That's awesome.
oh yes, I love those. I can get them at any time too. I made an order of the bigger plastic ones, so whenever they come in, I'll let you know, and maybe if you want, I can give one to
Yeah.
you guys as a little
Yeah.
gift, because I know you guys are really big fans, and I
Yeah,
appreciate you
we
guys
are.
so much for everything. All that, like, you guys bought shirts and everything.
Mhm.
You guys have no idea how much we appreciate that.
Yeah, well, Mike has his Gavin Mafarlane shirt on right now, so
I really like
I
it.
seen that picture. I was like, damn, that's a good way to model the shirt. It's a handsome man wearing that shirt right there.
I like
Hey,
the,
Sandra's a lucky
It's
girl.
awesome, yeah.
I like the blue color. It's like the only colored racing shirt I have. I have like every racing shirt in my drawer thing is black, so I really like the
Mhm.
blue. It's cool.
Yeah, whenever we made the order, I was like, Dad, should I do yellow or blue? My dad's like, oh, he's like, do the blue.
Yeah, no, it's nice.
So you can thank my dad for that one. They were going to be yellow, but even my dad said the car will blend in too much,
Yeah,
you know?
that's true.
Yeah, no, I really like the sharp color.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
All right, I only have one more question for you. You somewhat answered it already, but where do you see yourself racing in 5 years from now?
Hopefully, if I'm still racing, I don't want to announce anything, but I mean, I'm gonna be in the modified division for sure for the next, I want to say, at least 5 years. I want to be able to get a few wins, and then once I'm done getting a few wins and having my fun, I want to put everything into my son. I'll kind of, once I'm done with modified, I'll kind of maybe sell, like my dad can part out all his stuff and everything, and we can all put it into Kingsley, because that's the main goal. I want to be able to get Kingsley started young. I started late. I want to get Kingsley started young.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be so cool too. Like for him to be out there with his grandpa and his dad, like third generation, like that is awesome.
That's a big goal. If
Mhm.
I can get Kingsley in a novice sportsman by time he's, I don't know, I want to say 12, 13, maybe 14, and whenever he's mature,
Mhm.
maybe me and my dad can pull one out of the shack and put one together and all get on the track
That would be really cool then.
for sure.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, that is all I have. Mike, Mike probably has 1,000 questions running through his head right now for you. So.
Hey, I'm open. I'm open.
Like I said, the number one thing I was like really interested to ask you is like, just like I said, as I know a lot of mini stock guys listen to this, and we all watch you guys, and always, I'm sure I do anyway. Like eventually, like that would be so cool to try driving a modified, just but like like what the difference is, and because you've raced both, it's really cool to talk to you. And it wasn't all that long ago you were in a mini stock, so you would know, like stepping up that quickly, like there's a lot of differences in what they are. And I've heard guys say like, oh, like once you get the hang of it, like they're easy to drive. I'm like, I don't know about that. Like I'm maybe by yourself out on the track, but I can't see that being an easy task being out there in a field of cars.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of it's a big step, but like I'm not gonna say that they're easy to drive because there's big technicalities. Some nights the track changes every night, so it's like you really have to learn the tracks and stuff like that, so to keep like a good consistency. But yeah, with the jump up, the main thing is just you got to build confidence quick. It's nothing. It's nothing. Nobody's out there to wreck you or anything. You know what I mean? So it's like just go out there, race your own race, learn your car, and just try to be try to be as happy as you can with any result, right?
For sure. Oh, that's great. Like I said, I really appreciate having you on here. It's cool to talk to a guy that's been all around.
Mhm.
For sure, for sure. And like if you ever want, dude, like I said, we could sit down anytime and chat about anything, dude. I have a lot of advice that I could give. I have a lot of I've learned a lot from the mini stock. I always pay attention. I always pay attention. And if you ever need any help, I'm here.
Well, that means a lot. Thanks, Gavin.
And
Of
thank you.
course.
Yeah, and thank you so much for taking the time. Like I said, like this has kind of been a whirlwind adventure we've been on, and it has not slowed down once. So we appreciate your time for sure.
Hey, no, this is awesome. I love what you are doing with this, honestly. And next time we'll make sure to get like a little video thing
Yes,
going, and
yeah.
we'll add a nice video to it.
Yeah, that is
And maybe next time I'll come to you actually.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make a promise to you on that.
Absolutely. I will have food and snacks and whatever you want. So
I'll bring a goodie bag for all of you with some goodies in all of them.
Yeah, perfect. No, because like I say, like you've been fantastic. You were one of the most positive drivers at the track all the time, and it does not go unnoticed. So
One of the few drivers I'm not worried about bringing the kids around. For sure.
For
Yeah.
sure. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I really appreciate that. Fans are like I said, that's our number one thing. My dad told me when we got into racing, fans are what make your name. So that's the number one thing is if you can have fans and make them happy, that's the biggest
Mhm.
accomplishment that we can accomplish.
Absolutely, because it doesn't take much. Like one bad experience, and then those people tell 10 other people, and then it's a ripple effect, right? So
Exactly.
mhm.
Like, oh, that guy's mean,
Yeah.
Like I had somebody tell me, I'm not going to say any names at all, but a modified driver actually, a young lad went up to him to sign one of his hero cards, and he was all mad after the race, and he told the kid to leave, and the kid ripped up his thing and came over to my trailer, and I signed his thing and gave him stickers and everything and signed his shirt, and then he's like, "You're my new favorite driver." I was like, "Oh my god, there we go."
Yeah, don't do much. See, just be kind. That's all we need.
Just stealing fans.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly, right?
All right. Well, that's it, Mike. That's
Yeah.
okay. Gavin, you're good. Nothing else.
Oh, yes. Thank you guys so much for having me. It was a pleasure to sit down and have a nice conversation with you guys.
Yes. Oh, thank you very much. All right. Well, that is a wrap on episode number 10. So thank you, everybody, for coming back. Up next, January 22nd, we have Mr. Hollywood himself, Felix Roy. So I am pumped for that one as well. So see how it goes. All right. We're good? Okay. Thank you again, Gavin. Mike. Thank
No
you.
problem.
All right.
See you
Have a
later.
good night.